Hi, I'm Sylvia Vallis. I'm a Miracles Ambassador and an international spiritual teacher and presenter. And it's my pleasure today to bring you the process that's in my latest book, how to activate your Axiatonal lines and restore your Axiatonal grids. And this, as I say, it's chapter 10 in this book. And it's a very, very important process which only you can do if you want to keep it permanently powered up, shall we say. And that's because it is restoring full power from your higher self, or you might like to call it your I am, or your overself body of light. And the term Axiatonal lines and grids originated in a dear colleague of mine, Dr. Hertak, in his wonderful book, The Keys of Enoch, in key 317. And once you have powered it up and strengthened your connection, restored that connection to full power, then of course you connect more easily with cosmic grids and beyond. So that's the purpose of this process that I was given to share. Now, it has an almost immediate effect, high voltage effect, and you will possibly notice it even straight away. Many people have done so. So, okay, what are Axiatonal lines and grids? Well, they're energy and vibratory lines that extend from the acupuncture meridians. They're also light lines, light grids too. And this can be seen by sensitive people, as one noticed it within me. After she had met me for the first time, she noticed this interesting structure, as she called it, of a golden light grid within my body. And so what is the relevance? Well, the relevance is that we, as we know, are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And this leads us to think, well, we must therefore have undreamed of potential and divine powers that we can tap into. And this is what my book is all about, but it's also, this process is going to really supercharge you and move things along, even if you haven't yet read my book. So, what this is doing, this process, it's vibrationally upgrading you right down to your DNA. And by making this powerful connection and flow from your higher self much, much stronger, it means that you have such powers as gaining illumination and inspiration when you require it, becoming a manifestation master, creating space for miracles, and that's what my book is also about. In other words, it gives you the divine power that you actually have access to when you know how, and of course that's always the secret. So, the actual process I've been given by my higher self, and by the way, the book now of the Miracle Effect has gone global, I'm delighted to say, and it's in 16 countries, getting 5-star reviews on Amazon, and so I'm just delighted to watch my higher self, who inspired the book, unfold the plan for it. However, from all the wonderful feedback I'm getting almost every day, there's been a comment that's recurred more than once, and that is that on pages 64 and 65, this process is explained and it has diagrams to help you, but it is a little hard to do it at the same time as referring to the book, and hence this little homemade video until I can get a professional one done for you. Okay, so what is this process about? Well, it incorporates 3 major components. It certainly aligns with your chakra system, which is, as you know, the energy vortices along your spinal cord or your cable of light. It uses sacred geometry, and the symbols it uses are the triangle and the star tetrahedron. Now, the triangle and its 3D version of the tetrahedron is part of our creation and our makeup, because, for example, the water molecule's energy field is in a star tetrahedral form. We're 70% water, as is the planet, so obviously it's intrinsic to our very being. Now, the star tetrahedron is made up of 2 triangles, one upward, one downward, and when they're brought together an interlock. It signifies that we have the as above and so below becoming united and expressed here in the physical form. So I'll just show you a diagram that explains this a little more clearly. Here you see the as above and so below, and here you see the star. But because we're going to be using these with our hands to integrate it within our very consciousness and being, you can make a triangle, no problem, but you can't do a star tetrahedron. So that is why we're going to do the, as you see here, the diamond that is actually within the star tetrahedron. And that means that that represents the fact that we're doing a star. So we can all do a diamond like so, which we're going to be using around the chakra vortices. So just to give you an idea of what these grids or these lines might look like, because when we do this we need to have an intention and a visualization to give it that energy. Here's an artist's, a couple of artists' representations that might just help you get a feeling for it. Over here you can see the grids and the cosmic grids behind, and on the other side here, perhaps that's a little bit what it might look like once your inner light system has become activated. In actual fact, that's your inner Gavaya body of light. So let me go through it quickly with you, and then I shall demonstrate it. So we're going to start, we're bringing in the power, as it were, symbolically from our higher self through the 8th chakra, which is about a hand's width above the head. Now the 8th chakra you cannot affect in any way. It self-activates once you have done the work within your physical being and all the other principles that we know we have to follow on our spiritual journey. But the 8th chakra acts as a portal, a doorway if you like, which allows then the higher self to open up and flow more freely into our being. We're actually existing on just a little trickle, because over the centuries that we've been here on this third dimension, this power has diminished and diminished. It's become less and less. So we're surviving on that trickle. What we want to do is to open the floodgates so that we're full of power and energy and light from our higher self. And a little visual that may help you when you're thinking of these grids is, think of a neon light sign. Now in the daytime you can see the tubes unlit, but you know there's a trickle of electricity there. When someone flips the switch, they come alive, they light up. So in a sense, it could be a way of thinking about what this process is doing to your axiatonal lines and grids within your being, because they're already there. They're dormant and waiting for full power up, shall we say. Okay, so as I say, we start from the top, and we're going to bring in the star tetrahedron energy, the as above, so below united. So if you remember, we make a diamond to represent that star tetrahedron. Then we're going to bring it down to the third eye chakra, and we're having a triangle. And then we're going to do the same with the throat chakra, and we'll bring the star tetrahedral energy into the heart chakra, which again is the diamond shape. So let me get up and I'll show you how it works. Right, so we've got as far as the heart chakra with the star tetrahedron. As you know, the heart chakra is the uniting energy. Then we're going to have a downward pointing triangle, which will be over the solar plexus. Then we're going to have one over the second chakra. And then for the first chakra, the one that roots us, as it were, into the physical manifestation, we're going to have the star tetrahedron, which we're representing with the diamond. So the configuration is simply 3 star tetrahedrons above your head into the 7th, onto your heart and onto your first chakra, 2 upward pointing triangles and 2 downward pointing triangles, and that's it. Now we power this up with chanting the divine name in the language of light. And the most powerful of these in its original Hebrew Aramaic is Yod, He, Vod, He. And these are energy symbols that create this amazing high frequency vibration, and by sounding it we're bringing that into the third dimension. So we're going to chant Yod, He, Vod, He as we do it, which will give it that extra, well, the highest power and vibratory frequency we can actually use. I chant it every morning to align myself and to tune my instrument, as it were. All this is explained in my book, The Miracle Effect. Okay, so this is how it goes. I'll just demonstrate it and talk it through. We come in with the star tetrahedron from the 8th chakra to the 7th, and then the hands go to the side. So that was Yod, and that's He, and that creates an energy triangle of the highest frequency, which actually equates to the top 3 Sephiroth on the Tree of Life, if you're interested. Then we have the triangle over the 3rd eye chakra on the Vod, and then He, we're going to do 3 little taps on the side of the head. Now that is activating all the branches of this major intersection point through the brain, and alerting the brain to start activating throughout the whole body, because as you know the brain controls all our functions. And we're going to do 3 because that's another sacred number. So we've done 3. Then we have another triangle over the throat chakra, and this time we do 3 taps on the shoulder, which are other major acupuncture and axial line intersections, which again travel all through the body. Then you remember on the heart we're going to have the star tetrahedron represented by the diamond, and then the hands to the side on the He, because that was Vod, He, and that is the sign of transformation. You'll see it in Egyptian drawings and other cultures too. Then we have downward pointing triangle over the solar plexus, and we do 3 taps on the top of the pelvic girdle, another major intersection point. Another triangle over the 2nd chakra, and we tap the tops of the thigh, another major intersection axial line connection point, which will of course carry on down through to the rest of the body. And then the 1st chakra, as I mentioned before, is the star tetrahedron represented by the diamond. And instead of saying a part of the Yod He Vod He, we say Ya, which is the short version of Yod He Vod He. So we go Ya and carry it right down through the secondary chakras and into Mother Earth. So we've actually done 3 Yod He Vod He's and then a Ya. Now just a little tip to help you remember: when you say Yod or Vod, that's the 1st and 3rd sound, you'll always be around a chakra, and when you say the He's, you'll either be off the body or you'll be doing the taps, and that just helps you if you get a little lost on the way until you're really familiar with it. And how to do this and for what period of time is all explained in my book, The Miracle Effect. So now you might like to do it with me, nice and slowly. So we'll have Yod, He, Vod, He. Yod, He, Vod, He. Yod, He, Vod, He, Ya. Now you've brought that higher power energy to restore this flow to full power, and any energy you bring down you must always return. And again we use another symbolic gesture that integrates it into our physicality of the circle. So we're going to do circling the energy up, and as we do it we use another beautiful divine name in the language of light, and that is Aa Ein Sof Ur. Aa means I am, or higher self, or over self-presence, and Ein Sof Ur means limitless light. So of course our higher self is of the limitless light, and it's our direct connection to the God source, the creator, and above. So we bring the energy up, Aa Ein Sof Ur, Aa Ein Sof Ur, Aa Ein Sof Ur. And there you have it, very simple. So we'll very quickly do it once more, and then I'm sure you'll find it so easy, especially if you refer to my book. You'll have it all written down there for you. So we have Yod, Hey, Vod, Hey, Yod, Hey, Vod, Hey, Yod, Hey, Vod, Hey, Ya. A Ein Sof A Ein Sof A Ein Sof. And there it is. So if you haven't yet read my book and are interested to get it, it's all on this website here, which I'll bring forward for you so that you can see, sylviavowles.com, and you can get it from me or you can get it online. So I leave you with love, blessings, miracles, and energy of the divine kind.